What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about 5 quotes every Christian athlete should live by. These are 5 quotes that I live by. These are 5 quotes that I think about often, and they are 5 quotes that can impact you and determine what you do on a day-to-day basis. Let's get started. The first one is, keep the main thing the main thing. This has got to be my favorite one. I think about this every day. I try to focus all of my actions on this quote. Whatever the goal is, whatever the task is at hand, I try to make sure every action that I'm doing leads up to that goal. If I have a goal of getting better in a football game, then everything that I should do should be to get better in a football game. If I'm trying to share Jesus with people, every action that I take should point towards that goal. So whatever the main thing is, keep it the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. Don't let it become a secondary thing. Don't let it become a side quest. Keep the main thing the main thing. Focus on whatever you're doing. Focus on the task at hand. You're going to achieve it a lot faster that way. One of the things that I like about this quote is that it is rooted from Scripture. In Deuteronomy chapter 6, known as the Shema, it talks about loving the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. And then it goes on to list daily actions, when you walk along the road and when you lie down and when you get up. All of those things should point towards loving the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. So no matter what it is, whether you're sharing the Bible with someone, whether you're working hard, whatever you do, keep the main thing the main thing. And it's one thing that I love is that it's Scripture-based. It's keeping the focus on one central goal, and whatever that goal is, don't let other people distract you from that goal. The next one is a verse, actually. It's my life verse. It's Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. The thing that really hits me hard on this verse is all things. All things meaning good things, meaning bad things. I remember when there was an injury that I had, and, in that moment I can question God. I can doubt him. But I chose to trust that he's going to work out all things for good. And it ended up working out for good. I want to say this, that in the moment, things may seem bad, things may seem negative, but nothing catches God by surprise. And knowing that, we can have confidence in the plan in the story that God has already written out for our life. The next one really hits home for football and really any sport, but fear is an ocean wide, but a foot deep. As we are getting ready to face a big challenge, whether it's a big game and we're getting ready to do the first play, whether it's taking a test, looking at the task ahead as a whole can seem like an ocean wide. And it seems like it's an insurmountable thing to attack. It can seem way bigger, but all we have to do is take a step. And we realize that it's only a foot deep, that it seems so massive. But all we have to do is take the first step. All we have to do is get in. And that's where the change happens. There's been plenty of games where, you get the pregame jitters. You take a step, you do that first play, you get hit. The first time you make that first throw, and boom, just like that, the fear's gone. That's what taking a step does. So take that step. The cool thing about fear is it's only there as long as you let it be. If you keep staring at that water, just like if you're looking out in the water when you're at the beach, the more you look, the further you feel like you can see. And it's the same thing with fear. The more you stare at it, the more you think on it, and the more you ponder on what could go wrong, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But once you take that step, once you realize that it's only a foot deep, everything changes. The next quote that I like to live by is, nothing changes if nothing changes. So many times we want to talk about all these changes that we're going to make in our life and all these good things that we want to do, but then we don't change the way we live. We don't change the things that we do, and we just keep going, living that normal life, living the same life, expecting things to change. But nothing's going to change if we don't change. If we don't change the way we act, if we don't change the things that we do, nothing else around us will change. So if you want to make a change in your life, you have to be willing to make the change. If you want to just magically get better in sports, that's not going to happen. If you take the proper steps to make that change, then things are going to change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. The final one hits home for me. How you do anything is how you do everything. And this goes with sports. This goes with school. I'm a really big believer in not taking anything lightly, not letting anything slip by, not letting even the smallest thing go, because if I treat one thing with laziness, it's going to creep into other areas of my life. If I give my full effort in one thing, it's going to creep into other areas of my life. And so if I give full effort at the weight room, but I don't give full effort in the classroom, it's going to leak into other areas of my life, because I can still, you make the joke, C's get degrees. I can still pass a class with a B. I can still pass a class with a C. Then the next thing you know, oh, well, I can take this last rep off. I can start, cheating. Coach isn't looking, he's looking the other way, so I can just dog this last rep. That's where the difference happens. That's where the difference is made in how you do anything, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's on the court. How you do anything is how you do everything. Another thing that I think of is, you get out what you put in. It's straight from scripture. You reap what you sow. And if you're working hard only half the time, you're only going to get half the rewards. If you're dogging it because coach isn't looking, then when everyone's watching in the stadium, what you did at practice when nobody is looking is going to show. And that's what makes the difference. That makes the difference between playing on Saturdays and Sundays and watching on Saturdays and Sundays. That makes the difference between scoring the game-winning touchdown and watching the game-winning touchdown. The rewards that everyone sees comes from the work when nobody's watching. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Send it to your friends. Let them know that Jesus and Football is going to be posting a lot more in 2026. That is the goal for 2026. And I'm not trying to be a content creator. I'm just trying to share some life lessons, thoughts, verses that stick out to me. I just want to be a leader with a microphone and impact as many people as I can. Don't forget that Jesus is the way and football is the tool. God bless.